guys? For today's watch review, we're talking about a great little field watch from Bertucci. This is the A-2SEL, which stands for Super Electroluminescent, which is talking about the fantastic backlight functionality, which we will discuss later on in this review. In front of you, I've got this little pocket jotter, which does come with the watch, and I think this is a great little touch from Bertucci. You know, it's nothing special, but for those of you that are into that field watch style, you know, it's a cool little thing to have. And then I've got this Nebo flashlight. This is the Nebo Classic. I'm going to use this to charge the Lume, but I just felt like they paired really well with each other. You've got this classic looking flashlight with a classic looking watch. And I'll probably do a review on this flashlight later on, so make sure to subscribe. So, you know, as soon as I publish it, you'll see it updated on your news feed. Speaking of classics, let's do a quick wrist check. Today I am rocking my Timex Atlantis, and this one is a 90s edition. This is back when Timex was still making full metal cases for the digital watches, and I really hope they come back to that style, because for those of you, you know, in my viewers that are 30 years and older, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to absolute quality. But going back to the main review, let's go ahead and get started with our first talking point, which is going to be a 360 view followed by dimensions. So let's go ahead and show you what we're looking at here. Here's the front. Very good, simple design. There's the crown with the Bertucci logo on it. If I can focus here, there we go. And then here's the case back. Got some info there, but still very simple throughout the whole design, and I really do like that. For dimensions, here we go. You'll see that this isn't too small, not too large. For me, it's my Goldilocks watch. It's just right. You will notice with the weight, it's a little bit on the heavier side at almost 3 ounces. For a watch, that's not very light, especially for one in this size. I personally love that. I like the fact that it's got a full metal case, so it's quite hefty and I can feel it on my wrist. But for those of you that are sticklers for weight, you know, this might not be your cup of tea. But for me, I absolutely love it. So for that reason, I give dimensions a 5 out of 5. Next talking point is price. This is one of those rare instances where MSRP and street price are very similar. On the website, MSRP is $160. And on Amazon, you're looking at $150 before taxes. I'm sure if you shop around, you'll be able to find a cheaper one, but I think for the most part, you know, reasonably expect to pay $150 before taxes for this watch. I think more realistically, this watch should go for $130 to $140, but even then, it's not far off from what it's selling for, so I'm only going to take away half a point on price. So for price, we're looking at a score of 4.5 out of 5. Next talking point is functions and features. So conveniently enough, I don't need to put anything on the screen because Bertucci provided me with everything I needed to know. So here we got a US patented solid stainless steel case, screw down case back, scratch resistant hardened mineral glass crystal, 100 meters water resistance, and then you've got 2 sources of light. You've got the electroluminescent dial and the luminous hands and markers, so that's fantastic. Precision Japanese movement, can't complain with movements from Japan. And then the interesting thing is you've got 2 separate batteries. You've got the 4-year battery for your timekeeping, and then a 1.5-year battery for your backlight. Now that's not ideal, but you know, at least the batteries are the same. So when you're swapping out batteries, you don't have to shop for 2 separate different types of batteries. You just have to buy 2 of the same one to swap them out. And then a 3-year warranty, which is always a great thing. Now, one thing you want to be careful with is when any product says US patented whatever, that's kind of just a deceitful way of saying that this thing is made in China. You know, they try and focus on the US patent without clearly telling you that the thing is made in China. Which, I mean, they're not really lying to you. I think they're just trying to take away the attention that it was made in China. Because if you look here on the case back, you're not going to be able to read it because my camera's not that good and then the lighting's not that good. But if we can focus, Now it says here China case on the, like right there. Just take my word for it. It says China case. So the case is from China. I'm not going to take away any points because, yeah, I get there's a stigma that, you know, a lot of junk comes from China. But at the same time, as long as you buy the right things, a lot of great quality products come from China too. So, you know, it's hit and miss where in this case, it's a very good quality product. So, you know, I wouldn't steer clear from it just because it was made in China. And then for the water resistance, you know, it's not a true dive watch, but for most of us, we're not professional divers, so 100 meters water resistance is still fantastic. The only thing that I would have added to this watch is a date window. It's not going to break the deal for me. I still absolutely love this watch, but in my perfect world, I would have had a little date window there. So I'm going to take away half a point for functions and features just for that, but still fantastic overall. So 4.5 out of 5 for functions and features. Next talking point is illumination. So let's go ahead and look at the watch in a dark room. So there you have it, fantastic lume and fantastic backlight. Hands down, I think in the market, the Timex Indiglo for the analog watches is, you know, the best. But I feel like Bertucci might win, you know, might take the trophy for backlight because it looks so good. It's not too bright, but it, you know, that nice soft blue glow is so fantastic. Paired with the lume on the indices and then the hour and minute hands, you know, you can't beat that. I think by far this is one of my favorite watches as far as lume and backlight. So 5 out of 5 for illumination. Next talking point is visibility. Fantastic. The simple, clean design on the watch face is very easy to read. I'm sure that the hour and minute hands could have been done a little bit better, but you know, for me, I've had no issues being able to read the time clearly and quickly. And then it's also great that you've got the 24-hour times too. So, you know, 1, 13, 2, 14, so on and so forth. So 5 out of 5 for visibility. Next talking point is button and crown quality. So let's go ahead and take a look at the crown again. Very simple, but very good quality. It's all very solid, and I attribute that to the stainless steel case back. You know, you can't go wrong with metal components. The button too, it's very solid. It doesn't feel cheap, doesn't feel flimsy at all. The only thing that I would change on the crown is to incorporate a screw down crown. Again, it's not going to affect the performance of the watch, but in my perfect world, I would have a screw down crown. If you gave me the option, if I had to pick, you know, a screw down versus a non-screw down, then I'm always going to pick a screw down crown. And so for that reason, I'm going to dock half a point. So for button and crown quality, it gets a 4.5 out of 5. All right, next talking point is band quality and comfort. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like on the wrist. So there you go. Band quality and comfort is fantastic. Now, it looks like a NATO band, but it's not really your standard style that you're going to find on the market. So here we've got your typical NATO band, and this is what it looks like. For the Bertucci, it's going to just be one strip of fabric, but you've got this extra stitching on the ends here, and what that does is it keeps it from slipping out past your lug bars. So it's secure. Everything about this watch band is very secure, very solid. And the thing I like about fabric bands is they are so comfortable. They breathe very well. Even if you get hot and sweaty, it's going to absorb all of that sweat. And I know that sounds gross, but I mean, you know, once or twice a week, remove it from the watch, get some warm water and some dish detergent, and just scrub it real good, and then it's like brand new. That's what I do with all of my NATO bands, and so far I've had very good results with it. You've got all these stainless steel keepers and buckles. Everything about it is solid. It feels very good. I think of all my NATO bands, this one is probably the highest quality one that I have. So Yeah, as far as quality goes, 5 out of 5. And even with the lug bars too, the fact that they're screw-in lug bars makes it even more of a solid package. One thing you need to consider though is that the thickness of these lug bars is about 2 millimeters, which is a little bit thicker than your standard lug bars. Standard ones going for 1.6 to 1.7 millimeters. So if you do end up swapping it out for a steel bracelet, just keep that in mind. You might need a bracelet with wider, I guess, a wider chamber for the lug bars to go through. Yeah, so again, 5 out of 5 for band quality and comfort. So next talking point and last talking point is my overall thoughts. So taking the average score of all the scores that I told you earlier, we get an average score of 4.7 out of 5. And that's really as close to perfect as you're going to get when it comes to my reviews. This is one of those watches that I don't need to think about to wear. A lot of my other watches are very eccentric. They have a certain style, and so you need to wear them for a specific event, right? Like it's got to be a dinner event or maybe a social event. This is one of those watches that'll fit in any environment at any occasion. Whether you're going out to dinner or you're spending the day in the office or you're going out to do some real tactical stuff, I think this is a watch that is good for everyone, from a delivery boy to a millionaire to a Navy SEAL, or whatever. So I think that's great. This was such a pleasant surprise for me because I've never actually heard of the company Bertucci. I was out at the store and I saw these on display, and at the price that they were selling them, I spent $130 for it. And I couldn't say no because it looks so cool, and the fact that you've got this fantastic backlight, you can't beat it. So I will highly recommend this to anyone. And for those of you who have kids and they're maybe going into the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, you want to take them on a camping trip, like this is the perfect first watch. It's not too expensive, but it's rugged and durable enough for a kid to have that sense of adventure and just have a really good quality watch on their wrist as well. So definitely worthy for you, for your family members, as a gift, whatever. I recommend this to anyone. I would even be bold enough to say that this is probably my new favorite watch. This is like the watch that I will wear when I'm going to bed, when I wake up and go to work. I really do love everything about this watch. The only thing that will change my mind is if the battery dies on me really early, but so far I've had no issues with performance. And as always, I'll always give out updated reviews too. So I'll keep you guys updated the second my opinion changes. But for now, it's nothing but positive. So that's all I got to say. I hope that this helps you with your next watch purchase. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please make sure to subscribe. That's the only way you guys can show me your support, and it really motivates me to keep making videos. And again, thank you for watching. Stay safe and tune in for my next episode. All right, bye.